tape, and then we'll have kind of a above the neck focus and concentration tomorrow, and then we'll finish up our second block on Thursday. But really love this group, like the way that all these guys are responding and are improving day to day, and that's all we can ask for at this point.
Just confirming that today was a scheduled rest day for Ron.
That's right. Yep. So if you see him in any of those first 2 days, and we might fluctuate between the first or the second, but then he'll be off on the other.
Sean, we're seeing a lot more of Blake Corum. Can you kind of give your assessment of what you're seeing with him?
I think he's done a really good job. I thought he had some excellent runs today. I think he's had a really good camp. He's one of those guys that, because of how conscientious he is, he's just going to improve into his second year. And really, I think Ron Gould does such a great job with that room as a whole. Like I've mentioned, Kyron's done a great job. Really love what we've seen from Blake and Jarquez Hunter, and Ronnie Rivers is always a guy that has been steady and really productive when he's gotten his opportunities. And then I thought Cody Schrader and Jordan did a nice job with some of the opportunities at the end of practice.
So you like the energy level from second day of pads? These guys certainly off season, they're not hitting.
Yep.
What's it like when they get the pads on for another day?
Yeah, I think it's excellent. And I think we're learning how to be able to really push the envelope. We've got a chance. We're not there yet, but to be a physical group, and that's what we want to be. Want to be mentally and physically tough. I think these are good opportunities to be able to shape one another while still protecting each other in these types of settings. And I've really been pleased with their understanding of what that looks like to be able to do that. And in these first couple days, I thought yesterday, I think the defense has had 2 really good days. I thought the offense responded better. The caliber of just competitiveness on both sides and just the quality of football felt like it was a notch up. And that's what we're striving to do, to be able to positively push one another. It's not necessarily about winning the drill, but it's, are we having good quality football, snap in and snap out, minimizing some of the mistakes and playing with the techniques and fundamentals that we want. And I thought today was a good step in the right direction. You know what, Forbes just felt his hamstring a little bit. I don't have any sort of updates at him, and when we did the one-on-ones in the red zone, so we were being smart with him. He tried to take the first team rep, and Aubrey and I were on the same page of, hey, let's be smart with him, especially with the soft tissue. And then Cam, I think he got his ankle kind of stepped on. I'll have a little bit more information for you guys, but Reggie seemed to, feel like there could be some positive things, but I'll wait to give you guys full updates until we kind of have a little bit more information.
What's the process that you guys are going through? Are you excited about it?
At this point, there is a plan in place, but what I don't want to do, Sarah, is give you guys a date, and then if that does change, then there's assumptions that I could imagine that I would have if I was in your guys' shoes that can lead you to think, oh man, something's really up. So we are week to week with him. We do have a plan in place. What I don't want to do is set a timetable with you guys, and then if for whatever reason, as we're continuing to gain information, that changes. But what I can say is I feel really good about this is the smartest plan for him, and we're very confident that he'll be ready to roll against the Texans, and we'll take it a week at a time.
I know you said you were being cautious with the call in this half. Do you have a timeline for the return?
Yeah, I think they tried to do a couple things with Reggie and his group today. It wasn't exactly where we had hoped right now. So I think the smart thing will be when he is ready to go, and then obviously we'll have our focus on some of those first preseason games. But I think we were hoping that he would be a little bit further along. He's a tough kid. Sometimes these muscle strains can be, tricky, and that's kind of where we're at with that right now. Yeah. What kind of impact do you feel from it? Yeah, and I think you can hear it, you can feel it. He's one of those guys. He's got some natural leadership traits and characteristics, and I think you're innately thrust into that when you play an inside linebacker position. But he's just got a good feel. He's got great awareness, good understanding of how to be able to positively uplift his teammates and challenge them in the right way. I love what this guy's about, and you saw there was a great play kind of in a short yardage situation that Kim Kitchens did a great job of being able to kind of spill the ball outside, and Omar and Landman in unison ended up getting a knockback tackle on a 4th and 1, and he has consistently shown that type of stuff, and I think you said it well, you hear him out here. Yeah.
Is that something that he's done so much for you guys as a defense?
Yeah.
But is that a part of the game that you guys are looking for him to maybe expand?
Yeah, Yeah, here's what I think, Gary. I think, where those playoffs arise, let's make those plays. And he is one of those guys that seems like he's in the right place at the right time. It's amazing what he's been able to do in terms of being able to play safety, be able to do some stuff where he's playing in that slot, that nickel corner for us. And he is so invaluable. And, similar to Landman, some great leadership traits and characteristics. I thought it was great for him to be able to get the hands on that ball. Expect him to be able to make that play, off of those tips. But I've loved everything that he's about, and all you see from Quentin Lake is him just continuing to get better, bring people with him. He is a ram, and I love Q.
Kobe Turner was really excited about the run fix from yesterday.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about how the run defense is coming along this year?
Yeah, I think it's been 2 good days. Giff Smith and Joe Caniglio and Drew Wilkins, they do an excellent job. And, when you guys sit here and talk to Kobe, I think the best thing that comes off is what a big picture understanding and awareness. I mean, this guy, what an impressive person he is, first and foremost. And then his ability to understand what's going on, understand the intent of what we're trying to get done. Always willing to give credit to his teammates, the humility. You see why he's basically been a unanimous captain early on in his career. He's a stud, and he's one of those guys. He's a glue guy for us. Really, a lot of the people that you guys are asking about today. But I love Kobe Turner. I love what he's about. He brings a consistency and an energy every single day. And his consistency in terms of his production, snap in and snap out, but also challenging his teammates the right way. Love Kobe.
Hey, Sean.
Last one, guys.
Talking about Jimmy, hey, Sean, good to see you. Talking about Jimmy, obviously you have confidence in him should you need to use him in the regular season. But at this time of year, because of his experience, his big game ability, how does it help to have somebody like that as far as the install stuff goes?
Yeah.
And then also the evaluation of players around him, getting a true read from a quarterback like that?
Yeah, it's huge. And we've mentioned this before. There's nobody like Matthew. We know that. But to be able to have somebody that has done all the things that you're mentioning, going into year 12, played in big games, he's got a great demeanor in the huddle, has the ability to be able to run our offense. Now we're still able to evaluate the other 10 around him, and we're able to kind of continue on with the installations where that hasn't always been the case with us if we needed to be smart and rest Matthew. And we'll certainly be really excited, when we get number 9 back out here leading the way for us. But in the meantime, I've been really pleased with Jimmy. I don't want to say that I'm surprised, but it is a big factor for us to be able to feel like we can be as patient as we need to be for what's smart for Matthew. And then, oh, by the way, it's not affecting the team at this time right now because of what Jimmy's able to do. But we'll be excited about getting Matthew back here, but having Jimmy is a big edge for us. Okay? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
First thing I wanted to say was, thoughts and prayers to everybody in New York. It was a very tragic situation that went on. Us as an organization, us as a team, staff, coaches, players included, we're all sending our condolences and, really our blessings and prayers out to them in New York.
What have been your takeaways first 2 day comments from the defense?
It's been fun. I think that's the biggest thing is you look at a team, a really young group of defensive guys that have been just building on the momentum that we really had, you could say, for the second half of the season. And there has been so much, not only improvement, but just, you can see guys, like, I said this earlier, every guy in their own way could be a captain. We just have the mindset of just putting our best foot forward each and every day. But it's been fun watching these guys, especially up front. Wreck Havoc, secondary's been doing their thing, and then obviously, the linebackers have been great. So it's fun. It's going to be a really, really, really tough group.
What's been your impression?
Oh man, and you know what's funny? I went to the East-West Shrine Bowl with Nate, and I kind of saw his ability there. Fantastic player. I almost want to call him Peanut Punch Landman. He has just a knack for the ball, and we see so many clips. Coach McVay shows them in the team meeting room of him doing it at Atlanta, and then you see it out here. You understand why he's able to cause those turnovers. He practices the right way. A great communicator, fantastic teammate. I mean, great addition for us, and I can't wait to see what he does.
There was some familiarity first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it takes a load off me. That's a good thing. But to be able to come and do that, it shows how much he's in the place, he's in where he needs to be at the right time. But also it shows how much trust the coaching staff puts on him to be able to lead the defense, call the plays, and all that stuff. He's done an amazing job. So I know there was familiarity with him being in Atlanta, kind of same defensive scheme. But his transition really has been flawless, and you guys see, he's been doing a ton of things.
Now, what do you know about his background? He used him to Monterey.
I don't actually. He's talked about it a little bit, but that is honestly, it's really First I'll say this: it's really eye-opening. And also about that too is now you can say football is everything. Football, obviously the main area is in the States, but you have people now, which is an amazing story. Him being from Zimbabwe, coming over here, obviously playing college ball, high school ball out here. And I heard he's a West Coast kid too, which is awesome. West Coast kid too, so shout out West Coast. But yeah, you know what? I do want to ask him more about his whole situation growing up there and all that stuff. But it was cool, really cool, really really cool perspective.
What stood out to you about the way he's earned the respect of all of his new teammates in just a short amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show how hard he practices. He does, Coach McVay talks about it all the time. He's a pro's pro. He does things the right way, both on and off the field. He practices the right way, communicates at an all-pro level. So he's setting himself up for a lot of success, and he's going to do it. So
That's part. As much as you've contributed to the defense, that seems like an area that you're hoping to capitalize.
For sure. It's always good. There's kind of the story is if you're hustling to the ball or if you're in the right place at the right time, something good will happen eventually. And that's exactly what happened there. Luckily, we always say it, tips and opportunities, we got to have those. So that's what happened there. But yeah, you don't press for interceptions or forced fumbles. Those are things that you practice. When it comes with certain things, you can make calculated risks. When it comes to forced fumbles, sometimes that's just everything. Eventually, if you're in the right place, like I talked about, those things happen.
What have you noticed this year about how the run defense has changed with the new additions? Anybody standing out?
Yeah, Puna Ford. Man, Puna. Like, I know Kobe talked about it when he was on the podium, as advertised. I'll say it again, as advertised. But great addition. You just bring in guys not only that fit the culture, but just have an elite ability to do certain things. Puna is just a force to be reckoned with, in the trenches. He's done a great job of kind of meshing with the defense. Great personality, great teammate, but that was one of the areas of emphasis from last year that we wanted to focus on this year. How can we do better against the run? How can we be in different coverages or personnel groups to be able to shut it down? Because as you guys know, we have a great pass rush. That's, I mean, anybody can see that. But how can we stop those early downs so that we have more opportunities to rush them? And bringing in guys like that help us do that.
Couple more guys.
Yeah, you know, very similar to last year. Ability to line up in different spots, whether that is back deep, whether that is in the box, off the edge, blitzing, man zone. At the end of the day, I want to be as versatile as I can. You know, nothing has really changed from last year. We're still early in camp, so you know, the whole defense and all that stuff. You know, we're kind of making areas of emphasis for the day. Yeah, nothing too much has changed, and you know, I'm happy with it.
Anything else?
Good to see you guys too.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.